Hey guys, Wild Willie here. Someone sent me a new toy. Still don't know who it is, but I've been playing with it a couple days, and for what it's worth, it's pretty impressive for the price point. So I'm going to go over it with you right now. This is it, guys. This is the IRonsnow Dynamo Solar Radio. Now, never heard of this company before. I'm sure they've been around. I looked online. They had a few different radios going for them. I've never got that. Never had one of those under those names. I've had iRadio. I've had Sangean. I've had Uniden. I've had all kind of emergency radios, but I've never heard of this brand. So I've been playing with it for a couple days. I'm going to tell you what I think of it. Tell you where you can get it, and I think it came from Amazon. The price point. So to start, guys, I like this little radio. It's neat, and I like it because I had one like this when I was a kid, with everything that's on here, except this time they call it a siren. Last time they called it a mosquito repeller or something like that. It's a neat little radio. It has 4 different options to power it up. Inside is a lithium-ion battery. It is 3.7 volts, I think, 2300 milliamps. So you can charge that by plugging it in to the micro SD. Right there, or USB, I mean. You can plug it in to charge it that way. Charging it takes about 6 to 8 hours by plugging it into the wall. If you didn't want to go that route, you can use the solar panel. Now, I've been playing with this, and I was right drained, and I sat it in the sun. Thank God today was a very sunny day. I gave it direct sunlight, and 9 hours it charged up, which was impressive. Nine hours. So in the summertime, it'd probably be better than that, probably about 6 hours. This is winter time. I had to keep moving it around because the sun's in a little bit different position of the sky. If you don't want to plug it in, if you don't want to use solar, you can crank. I don't know how long it's going to take you to crank it up to a full charge, but you can do the math. But what I figured out, when I first got this, it was right dead. So I cranked this for 5 minutes. It's a nice Dynamo crank. It's not a cheap one like on some of the stuff. It's a heavy-duty crank. You can feel it. I cranked for 5 minutes straight. And in that 5 minutes, I ended up getting 43 minutes, just under 44 minutes of running this light in an FM radio station before it zonked. So 5 minutes of cranking gave me 44 minutes of this. Now, I haven't done the full run time on the built-in lithium-ion battery, but I'm guessing it's probably, from what I've read and a couple of things I looked at online, says it's about 19 to 22 hours, depending on what you're using. So that's pretty good. And the last option for power, if you don't want to use crank for the built-in lithium-ion or solar charger, plug it in the wall, this comes off. It takes 3 AA batteries if you want. Now, it doesn't say nothing in the manual. The manual is very, very basic, but I'm guessing you probably shouldn't have AA batteries in here when you're trying to charge this up via the USB. That's how I fried my last radio like this when I was a kid. Charging it in the wall, plugging it in, and the batteries were in there, and the batteries got hot and exploded. I'm guessing you shouldn't be putting regular alkaline batteries in here while you're trying to charge it. Just food for thought. Doesn't say nothing in the manual, but I'm going to guess that's the case. But anyways, on to this unit. So I'm happy with the solar panel. Like I said, I used it 9 hours almost. I'm happy with how fast it charged through the wall outlet. I'm happy with the crank. But let's go over some of the things it actually has on here. So, not a very big radio. I don't even know, maybe about 8 inches or so, give or take. But it's durable. You can feel it's not like a totally cheap plastic. I mean, this is the type of radio that's going to be good for a basic first timer 72-hour kit. I would not take this thing rugged camping for any long period of time, and I wouldn't let the little kids play with it. It's not that radio. This is a radio that sits in your emergency kit or you have around for emergencies. If that's what you're using it for, this will work out perfectly. It's a great radio for that. So it has a few different features on here, guys. It has a lamp. Very bright LED lamp in here. An area lamp. Diffusing, has a diffuser on the side of it there to really break up the light, but light up a large area. It has the search lamp with your 5 LEDs in there with your direct beam. I like that. Also, guys, it's got a siren. I'm not going to turn on the siren. It's 90 decibels. If I click to the left, it's a 90 decibel siren, which is very loud. If I click to the right and hit charge, this little section right here, if I click to the right, and I happen to have my cell phone charger plugged in here. I will dump charge that lithium-ion battery, that 3.7 volt battery will dump charge my cell phone. Now I got a few radios that say they dump charge and do that. Like, I wouldn't count on that being the number one. I'd buy a little power pack. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm saying that that's not primarily what the radio is used for. The radio is for getting communication, getting weather, getting news, and using your lighting. That's what it's for. You'll see a little bit further up there, you got indicator switch. So you can go FM, AM, shortwave 1, shortwave 2, NOAA, alert, and music. So FM, AM, shortwave 1, shortwave 2 is pretty basic. NOAA, it's got all 7 NOAA channels. Alert mode, that's your weather alert mode. You click that on and you're tuned into your weather station. It'll chime off and start playing the weather alert if there's an alert. Now the music, that is for these buttons up there. That's for putting in an SD music card. Just tell you the unit's a little outdated. Most of them now are Bluetooth, but I wouldn't be bothering using this for an SD music card. I'm just happy with an AM FM radio that works very well. And the shortwave works well too. I've been messing around with it. It does have a collapsible aerial. And I guess I could probably put on this radio just for a little bit, not playing music proper, because then we get into copyright issues and everything else. The volume's right here. Let's see if I can get a station. So the radio works well, guys. It's a nice speaker, nice crisp sound. So overall, I'm believing this come from Amazon, and I found it on Amazon.ca anyways, if that's where the person got it from. And it was under 30 bucks. So, I mean, what else could you ask for? You have a radio that does FM, AM. It'll pick up all your local stations, plus your NOAA station, plus shortwave, which is great, because shortwave radio is fun in itself. Never mind if you want to hear the scoop of something that's happening halfway around the world that the Western media isn't reporting on. The alert mode is great too for the weather band alert mode. They're just bonus, guys. It's for 30 bucks. It's a good radio. It's built all right. It's got 4 different options of powering it, which is fantastic. The light I really like, the diffuser light. That's a great night light, and even this one, the directional beam light. Solar panel worked well, and it's light. There's nothing to it, guys. It seems durable enough. Like I said, I wouldn't want to drop it too much, or I wouldn't want to be letting the kids bang around with it. But for a radio that's going to be in a first 72-hour kit, or if you don't have kids, you don't have to worry about to leave it out. I think this radio is a good little buy for 30 bucks. So I'm going to recommend it. And in the future, take a look at more IRonsnow products. I've been looking online. They got a few more radios to look at too. So anyways, guys, I'm impressed. 30 bucks, works well, does what it's supposed to do. No complaints, no negativity about it. So anyways, I'm Wild Willie, and I'm going to get trucking. Remember, it's not a question if this shit's going to hit the fan. It's a question of when. So always be prepared.